Hello folks, it is about 20 to 10 on Monday evening and I've just got back from rehearsal and yeah, it was really the first time that I've played through bits of the Chaminade with the band. It went okay. The bits that I'd tried to memorise were in my memory. I had a couple of like memory blips where I kind of went, oh, I don't know, and yeah, that's kind of a fear because I know that can happen, so I'm going to have to find a way for that not to happen, but there's plenty of time before the concert. It was interesting to hear the parts and to hear what it sounds like with the band, and just get used to that different sound of having the band instead of piano. And even though I've now found a recording of the version that we're using, just hearing it, the actual, qualities of the instruments and the individual parts coming through live was interesting. I was quite the section where there's kind of what we call a cadenza, which is really solo and there's nothing else playing, it's just me. That kind of completely threw me when I played it tonight. I haven't attempted to get that in the memory yet, and I haven't really sorted out exactly how I'm playing it, but just the sheer fact that when I tried to play it, it all went, oh, and I kind of got a bit flustered, is something that I think I'm gonna think about. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to be doing this. I think the sheer kind of enormity of doing it just with other people involved, i.e. the band, is sinking in a little bit, and that's before I even get to the fact that this is going to be performed in front of quite a large audience for 2 nights. So yeah, those are just really my thoughts on tonight's rehearsal. I practiced during the day today. I did some work on fingers, which I know I spoke about in the last video, one finger in particular that wasn't working, and I was quite pleased with the progress in my session. I kind of wasn't aware of how well or how much that had helped while I was rehearsing tonight, because I was just conscious of thinking about being with the band really. So I'm going to keep working on that, and tomorrow's practice I'm going to so you can hear a rabbit running around. That happens in my house. I'm going to keep working on the next section that I need to get really into my fingers and get from memory, and keep working on the finger, because I think those are the priorities right now. So yeah, I might give you another update then. See you later. Okay, howdy folks. So it is now Tuesday, a little bit more awake than I was when I last spoke to you last night, and that was the next section that I'm due to kind of memorise. As you can see, I'm having a bit of trouble with it. I know the notes in my brain, and I know the fingers, but I think what's happening is I don't know if you could see from the fingers there, a lot of these notes are like cross fingerings, and you have to alternate between just one hand, just the other hand, both hands together, and it's kind of backwards and forwards, and I'm finding that I think that is causing me a problem. I think this has always been a problem when I've played this piece, if I'm being completely honest, but I've just kind of fumbled through, which has always been my way a little bit. I always remember a teacher saying to me, you need to be more accurate, and yeah, they were right. So this has really highlighted that technical weakness in my playing, and I'm at the stage where I'm working on it, but I'm feeling that I'm getting a little bit frustrated by it. So I'm desperately trying not to get frustrated by it, and desperately trying to work through it in the correct way, which is really hard when I think you know the notes and they're in your brain, but they're just not quite coming across. The fingers are kind of stumbling a little bit. So I just wanted to share that little thought from today's practice session, and onwards and upwards, I think, is the term. Onwards and upwards. Hello everybody, so it's now Thursday. A little update on where I'm at. So I did do some practice yesterday at home, and I also went to the hall again and did some practice in there, and that was going quite well. I thought I was getting to grips with the tricky bit that was bugging me on Tuesday, and started to have a look at the next section, kind of getting that in the fingers and the memory as well. So I've just filmed what you've just seen there. I think that's it is an improvement on Tuesday, but before I filmed that, I actually played through it and I thought I could play it. So then when I put the camera on, I just kept making little stumbles, and that's kind of frustrating me and worrying me, because if I can't handle the pressure of just filming it on my phone, then how am I going to handle it when there's a band behind me? So so I thought I'd crack this little section, and I haven't, so I'm going to have to go back and go over it again slowly and work out why I'm kind of tripping over it a little bit. I mean, it is a tricky section, like I said before, there's some cross fingerings and things. So yes, I have started to memorise the next bit. I think I've actually got the first 3 pages in my memory now. And I was going to talk about that today, but I'm not going to do that now, because I'm feeling a little bit stressed by the fact that I thought I'd got a bit sorted and it's not gone right today. But I think this is part of the process, and because I'm not used to playing at this level all the time, because I'm facing something that I'm not used to, because I can come up with all these reasons why it's not quite happening yet, but at the end of the day that doesn't matter, because I just have to work out how to solve it. So I'm determined by the end of the week to get that little bit sorted, and that's going to be my aim, is to play that to you cleanly in the next video, because I think this might be the last thing that I film for this video. But yeah, so a little bit of frustration creeping in, but I'm not going to let that put me back, and I'm going to keep working. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this kind of week 2 update. If there's anything specifically that you want me to talk about, I was going to talk about kind of memorization today a little bit, but I'm going to save that now. If you want me to talk about that in any detail, or any other aspect of learning this process that I'm going through with this, then just drop me a comment and I'll see what I can do. So I hope you're okay, and I'll catch up with you next week. Bye!